If I were to ask you to point towards where your past is, where would you point right now?
Welcome to the Mind Over Money podcast with Jessen James, the only podcast you need to tune into each week to grow your personal, professional, and financial life. Join entrepreneur, investor, and multi-award-winning international speaker Jessen James as he shows you how to take control of your mind to create the life, income, and career you deserve. Here's your host, Jessen James.
You've learned a lot of information, you've gone through a lot of emotions, you've gone through ups, downs, left, rights, all kinds of stuff going on, all right? But you've also got a lot of things that you want to achieve. So the best way for us to do this is to plant these things on what I call your timeline. Now, what is a timeline? Remember I explained to you that your unconscious mind stores information in two ways. What are they? You guys tell me. Sorry? Not necessarily pictures, folders. Yeah? Your unconscious mind stores information in folders. Yeah? And what else? Time. Remember, yeah? It stores it in folders or in time, chronological order. Okay? So it stores events and things in folders and time. So your timeline has a way of storing information that has things to do with your past, your present, and your future. Okay? So for us to make this work, I need you to find your timeline, because visually in your mind, we all have a different way of doing that. Okay? So in a moment, when I ask you, I just want you to do the first thing that comes into your mind. First thing. So, people at home as well. If I were to ask you to point towards where your past is, where would you point right now? Just do it. Point. It's fine. All of you do whatever works for you. Keep it there. Keep pointing. Keep pointing. Keep pointing. Good. Right? If I was to ask you with the other hand, keep that hand out. If I was to ask you with the other hand to point where your future is, where would that be? Right. We got someone doing, we got Peter doing Usain Bolt. Okay, good. So what you'll notice is, keep your hands where they are. Keep your hands where they are. What you'll notice is, for some of you, they're straight. It's a straight line. For some of you, it might be curved. Yeah, so it's one way and one way. Yeah, it might be whatever. For some of you, it might be diagonal, whatever it might be. That's fine, okay? So shake it off for a minute. Shake it off for a minute. One more time. If I was to ask you to point towards your past, where would you point? Good. Keeping that hand pointing towards your past. With the other hand, where would you point towards your future? Good. All right? So just going to use Peter as an example at the back there, because he's doing this, okay? Which presupposes his now is in the middle of that. It's a curve. It's almost like a curve. Yeah? So his one goes like that. That's his timeline. So in the middle of your timeline is your now. Okay? And you can let them go now. You can put your hands down. Now, for this exercise to work, in order for you to plant stuff on your future timeline, in your future, you need to float above your timeline. Okay? And I'm going to guide you through that in a moment. Okay? So I want you to picture for a moment in your mind, is yours a diagonal? Is it a straight line? Is it a curve? What is it? Just make sure you've got that. All right? So music, please. And possibly dim the lights, if possible. So here's what I'd love you to do. Just sit back in your chairs, put all your stuff down. Everyone at home, put your stuff down. Just relax, get yourself relaxed for a moment. Sit up in the chair, sit up straight. Put your hands on your thighs. And take a deep breath in and out. Deep breath in and out. Deep breath in and out. And if you're not already doing so, close your eyes. And with your eyes closed, I'd like you to bring up your timeline in whatever way or form it looks like. And I'd like you to experience floating above your timeline. And for you, floating, it could be physically, you're floating above it. It could be the sensation of the wind in the sky as you're floating up high above your timeline. Or if it feels like you're floating in water, whatever floating means to you, do that now. Float above your line. And as you're floating, I'd like you to float above your past. Go back and float above your past, as if you're looking down at it. And as you look down, floating up way high above your past, I'd like you once again to say thank you to your past for all of the pain, all of the guilt, all of the mistakes, all of the challenges, every single obstacle. Just floating up high above your past and say thank you. And now I'd like you to, as you're floating up high, turn and float above your future. Float above your future. So for some of you, it might be a straight journey. For some of you, it might be a bit of a curve. Just float straight above your future. And as you look down at your future, you start to see all of the goals that you have now achieved next year. And what I'd like you to do is float down onto your future now. Float down onto your future now until you're back grounded on your future. And I want you to stand there for a moment in your future, feeling grateful, happy, content, free, humble for the things that you have now achieved. And as you're standing on your future, I want you to turn to your timeline and look at the now. Turn and face the now. Because the now is actually in this room, in this moment. The decisions you made, the choices you have chosen, the things you are going to do after today from this very room are the reason why you are now planted in your future, having achieved these goals. And what I'd like you to do now is taking those feelings of gratitude, excitement, and fulfillment with you, is float back up above your future. Float back up above your future, way up high, taking that sense of happiness with you. And just pause for a moment, floating up above your future, and feel the gratitude. Because you've made it. You've done it. Despite what anyone said, you've made it. And I'd like you to now float above the now. Float above the now, taking that feeling with you. Float above the now, taking that feeling of fulfillment with you. And as you're floating above the now, gently start to float back down until your feet are planted on the now. Take a deep breath in and out. Deep breath in and out. One more. And out. And when you're ready with your new feelings of fulfillment, open your eyes. Lights, please. Thank you. Feel good? That, my friends, and everyone at home, feel good? Everyone at home, thumbs up? Yes? That, my friends, was you experiencing what it's like to have already achieved your goals. What you've also done is plant these goals on your future timeline. They're yours already. Guess what you need to go and do this year? Collect them. Conscious mindset, the goal. I've just planted it in your unconscious mind. I've done it for you. I was voodooing you, just in case you didn't know. It's planted now in your unconscious mind. You know what it feels like to have those things. You know what it's like to feel those things. So now you've set the intentions, you will achieve them. Raise your hand if you feel more empowered after doing that you're going to achieve your goals. Yes, everybody at home? Fantastic. Excellent. So, good. Fantastic. Excellent. You guys at home. So, want to give you one last tip. You've been receiving a lot of information over the last 2 days. Raise your hand if you've learned a lot. Raise your hand if you've learned a lot. Everyone at home? Good. The challenge is retaining all of it. What I've been doing over 2 days is putting you through what's called accelerated learning, bombarding you with information, trusting that your unconscious mind is recording that information. However, you are going to forget it if you don't do what I'm about to ask you to do. So, here's what I want you to do. For the next 24 hours, so 6:30 now, for the next 24 hours, I would like you to switch off from your notes. Don't even look at the notes. Don't even look at what you've written down. Unplug from the learnings, the written notes. Just unplug from 24 hours. Why? Because I've been compressing a lot into your brain over 2 days. So I want you to decompress now. Allow some space for it all to move around. So for 24 hours, do nothing. Then at 6:30 tomorrow, or as near to that as possible, for the next 7 days, do 20 minutes note revision. That's it. For the next 7 days, do 20 minutes note revision. That's all, just 20 minutes, reading through your notes from start to finish or whenever you get to, yeah? Well, here's what's going to happen. We're going to do that for 7 days, and then I want you to take another 24-hour break. So do it for 7 days, and then unplug for 24 hours again. Then after 24 hours, what are you going to do? For 7 days, do 20 minutes note revision again. Even if you get to the end, start again. Then after 7 days, I want you to unplug for 24 hours again. Once you've unplugged for 24 hours, I want you to do another cycle. 7 days, 20 minutes note revision. Do that a minimum of 3 times. A minimum of 3 cycles. Minimum of 3 cycles. Which should take you 24 days. In total, including your 24-hour breaks. Yeah? You do that, and you will retain up to 80% of what you've written down today. Very, very powerful way of retaining information. Because the truth of the matter is, when you write stuff and read stuff, you only retain between 10 and 20% of that information. Yeah? So we don't want it to go away. You've learned some good stuff, yes or no? Yeah, learned some good stuff. We don't want it to disappear. Of course we don't want it to disappear. Yeah? So it's very, very important that you keep it retained. So, that, my friends, brings us to an end. Oh. So before we finish, though, there is... are we doing the song now, Vish? Or not yet? We had a bit of music we wanted to play for you guys at the end, but we'll save that for a moment. Vish will drop that whenever he feels is appropriate. But for me... First of all, I wanted to give a few thank yous for this event. This event wouldn't have even taken place if I didn't have an incredible, incredible team around me. So anyone who knows me knows I'm quite impulsive. I just come up with stuff. And I actually literally came up with the idea of running this event a few weeks ago. This whole event didn't even exist a few weeks ago. It just was an idea of mine. I thought, you know what? I can't celebrate my birthday, so why don't I just do what I love instead? I'll spend the money on a nice hotel, get some people here, whatever it might be, run an event with you guys online. And it was just an idea. And I didn't care how it happened. I just handed it over to the team and asked them to do that. And, you know, clearly there was a lot of eye rolling going on and a lot of here he goes again and blah, 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 blah. But they all know me. I'm not interested in excuses. I'm only interested in what? Results. So first of all, I do want to give a massive, massive thank you to Lorna over there, my beautiful partner. Give Lorna a round of applause. And to Claire, my PA, who's not here at the moment, but give her a round of applause as well, because her and Lorna really, really went to town with this. I want to give a big shout out to Vish, a special shout out to Vish. Give him a massive round of applause. Because it was his idea, really, to really make this work as a live stream thing. I also want to share a massive, massive thank you to the whole of the AV Divine team, the AV guys. Giving them a massive, massive round of applause for their amazing setup. Doesn't this look amazing? Like, phenomenal setup? Yeah, massive, massive work for them. Massive round of applause for the one and only Lenny. Give Lenny a massive thank you. And Lenny, we've taken Lenny to new heights, literally. He's never had a stand or a podium before whenever he's filmed at our event. So he feels very, very special and incredible right now. I also want to give a massive, massive thank you to Chloe, to Pete and Janelle, to David and the rest of the team that were here helping behind the scenes. Give them a massive, 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 massive round of applause. And one more round of applause for every single one of you in this room. For every single one of you online, I personally want to thank you for allowing someone like me to serve someone as special as you. So it really means a lot to me because, look, coming from where I come from, my background, growing up, being forced to feel like I was insignificant, to now being on stages all across the world and live streaming to you guys and changing lives and being a ripple effect in people's lives. For me, I'm getting emotional. It's a beautiful moment, and you guys made that happen. So I love you. Thank you.
You've been listening to the Mind Over Money podcast with Jessen James. Don't forget to subscribe and follow on all the channels, links in the show notes. Please also leave a review and visit www.Jessen.Team to find more resources on how to create the life you deserve.